So, as a longtime buddy of this guy, I'm really happy to introduce you guys to both Mike and James from Cinemassacre. Here we are.
Yeah. You know what? The question I get all the time is, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? And you know what? I think I'm going to ask you all, can I take a picture of this crowd right now? Yeah. I'll take this picture for Twitter. Is that all right? All right, I am putting in fans in Dallas at SGC excited because they're about to see AVGN movie trailer 2. Trailer 2. Here we go. Ready for the trailer. Yes. All right. Hey. All right. So, oh, by the way, really quick, who here lives in Dallas? Oh, nice. Cool. Because I'm very proud. We're bringing the movie to Dallas. Who's going to be seeing it? Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, we got 2 Dallas screenings. We have another Texas screening in Houston. Yes. Yes, yes. Awesome. So thanks. You all sold them out so damn quick. Thank you very much.
So I can't make it to the end of the panel, but we know. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
you're not interrupting me.
So everyone knows this is the 10th anniversary of the Nerd this year.
Summer, yeah.
And Screw Attack. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing for sure. To do anything for 10 years is amazing, right? And Screw Attack is, we've been around for 8 years of that, and it's pretty awesome. So, like I said, I won't be able to be here for the end of the panel, but we wanted to present you with a little award.
Cool.
It says.
Let me see it.
Yeah, man.
For a character defined by his anger. We can't think of a nicer, better person. You're the best there is. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I read in an article that there actually were a whole lot of ET cartridges out buried out in the middle of nowhere. Did you happen to hear about that?
Oh, you mean the random, or the recent excavation?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's a very interesting story. You want me to talk about that? Cool. Okay.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Well, it's 2 separate incidents.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to know. We'll just whatever you want to talk about. Because there's so many ways to go. There's so many different aspects of the story and everything. But what I hear a lot of times is like the myth is dead and everything, and that's up to you. It's up to you if the myth is dead, because the myth to me was always there's 2 million unsold ET cartridges out there.
That is the myth.
How many did they find?
From what I heard, when they dug up in Alamogordo, they dug up 728,000, something like that, games, but they weren't just ET. They were like Pac-Man, Defender. Yeah. They were game consoles. That's because they were liquidating a plant in El Paso, Texas. That's what they dug up in Alamogordo.
Atari had a plant in El Paso, Texas that they were liquidating. And they were taking them out into Alamogordo because that was, they wanted to get them away from looters or whatever.
Yeah.
So they put them out in Alamogordo.
And that was all well documented.
It was actually very well documented. It was in the newspapers. There were pictures of it, of the games being dumped, but they were really shitty black and white pictures that looked like they've been put through a copying machine 100 times. But the pictures did exist. Actually, we comment on that in the movie. But because at the time, that was the only pictures of those games that existed. But yeah, like you said, it wasn't just ET. It was like a bunch of games. And meanwhile,
yeah, if you see the pictures that from that recent dig up, it's not just ET games. You can actually see like high res photos on the internet. There's like Defender, there's like game consoles, there's controllers and all that. But that's not what the myth is. The myth is that there's 2 million ET.
2 million, but it was also separate. It was a separate thing that the game failed, and then all these unsold cartridges were unaccounted for. And to be honest, anything could have happened to those 2 million if there really were 2 million. they could have been recycled into other games.
I think what happened is people just got confused.
Yeah. Well, and you were pretty sure that those 2 million ones existed at their plant in Sunnydale, California.
Sunnyvale, yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep saying Sunnyvale, California
Yeah.
is where the main Atari headquarters was, right?
Yeah, right down the street from where they programmed the game. There's this big dump. It's it's right there. It's about a 15-minute walk, I think, from Atari headquarters. So it makes sense that that's where they would be.
So it was like 2 separate stories, but they got fused together. So the dumping from the El Paso plant was always a fact for 30 years.
Yeah, that's a fact. Obviously, they dug the games up. They were there, but they dug a bunch of games up, not the million.
They probably found as many ET games as are in my room because people send me the game so much. But I mean, that game you could find in any. You know how many people threw that game in the garbage? You could probably find one in that trash can back there. I mean, any landfill you take up. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it was just such a weird story because after start hearing about it, it's like imagine you're making a movie about like the Loch Ness monster, and then all of a sudden they decide to drain Loch Ness, or something like that.
Yeah, and they find a tadpole and they're like, we found it.
Well, but yeah, and I was involved with that, but it just came at a really bad time, and I'm too busy finishing the movie. But the question I get all the time is, does that screw up the movie? Like, no. I mean, the movie's like.
Well, if you think about the nerd episodes, you think about like the Superman episode of Superman 64, where the nerd like rips off his like T-shirt and he flies up into the sun and all that. That's like obviously, fantasy.
I mean, I'm not going to give away anything in the movie, but it's like the movie's like a science fiction. I mean, you could tell from the trailer, it's like very much a. If any of the stuff that happens in the movie happens in real life, then we are fucked. So, and but it's like you could try to work it into real life if you want. That's like that's up to interpretation if you want to make up like an alternate reality timeline and figure it all out. But it's like you make a movie about World War II or something. It's like it's like every movie is set in some kind of time, so it's like it represents that time and. So
you're making me chronologically confused right now.
Well, it is. You can get as chronologically in depth with it as you want, but yeah. So the short answer is it's like it's a movie. Like wait till you see it. So yeah.
I got a simple one for both of you. Could you describe your last shit with a shitty game?
Last
shit with a shitty game?
Yes.
Last shit with a shitty game? Is that what you?
Yes.
What was your last shit with a shitty game?
I don't know if I understand, actually.
Just describe your last shit by using a shitty game.
Last time... Wait. wait. Last time I shit while...
No.
Yeah.
Like, what shitty game best fits it?
Well, what's in the... You don't mean, like, shitting in the videos, right? Because that's... Okay, he's asked me to describe my last shit while what?
By using a shitty game as a reference.
While using a shitty game as a reference? Does that mean I'm...
Yeah, like my turd was like Top Gun or something.
Okay. Oh, so you mean make a chart that matches or something? Yeah? All right. Do you want me to compare, like the consistency of a shit with a game that would be appropriate to match that? All right, let me think that through. That's new. Okay. I'm gonna say it's like. What's a bad game? Name what's one I
Dr.
reviewed?
Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Well, I don't want to go there again. See, that's what came to my mind too. Yeah. All right, so
Shaq Fu. Some kids.
All right, so Shaq Fu. What?
There's a reboot of Shaq Fu coming.
Yeah, we know.
There is, yes, Shaq Fu 2. They won't foo it up this time. Shaq Fu, all right, is like a shotgun shit, which is when like the gas is behind the shit, so it's actually almost like you fart the shit out. And it just, that's Shaq Fu. There.
It works.
Thank you for the question.
Yes.
That was beautiful, man.
Okay, cool.
How am I supposed to top that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, describe your last fart with a shitty game.
Do the same thing with a fart in a shit game?
Yeah.
AVGN Adventures.
Yeah, I don't know. What is a game? Okay, here's one. What is a game that that you think is good, but then it becomes? All right, how about this? Simon's Quest. Like if you first play it, it's so awesome. It's like Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, and then you start realizing it gets shitty and shitty and it's not really that shitty, but it's just that there's all these cryptic things in the game. They don't explain what to do. So I think the shit factor rises. So if you're going to compare that to a fart, I'm going to say like a fart that was underwater, and then you don't know, and then it comes up, and it's like, oh! I don't know. What question? What does Q&A turn into just now?
Hello. Nice to meet you, and this is really cool. I have two questions. One, how'd you meet Mike? Like, how'd you guys become friends?
I could tell him that.
You want to go through that story? All right, go ahead. Go for it.
I met James. This is a true story, by the way. When I met James, we had a little party one day. We had a get together.
Hey, can I back the story up? I'll start, and you continue it at the point where I came to your apartment.
No.
No.
No. Go ahead.
No. Let's see. We were in college. This was like 2001, and I remember Ozzy Osbourne was doing an autograph signing. Actually, it wasn't autographs. It was strictly just photos.
Was it that night?
It was the same night I met Ozzy Osbourne. I met Mike Matei. Yeah. So, there you go. But anyway, yeah, he was doing a picture signing. It was when this new album, Down to Earth, came out. But I remember I had to take like 2 trains and a bus to get there. And I remember I was like looking for somebody to come with me because I was like, hey, when are you ever going to get a chance to get a picture with Ozzy Osbourne? And I ended up being the only guy because everybody else is like, oh, I got work to do and everything. And so I go there, I get the picture, I come back, and then I knew one of my friends who would really appreciate it. I was like, you gotta see this. Look, I just got a picture with fucking Ozzy Osbourne. And I come to the apartment. Well, he was over Bootsy's apartment, and Bootsy's apartment was the same as yours because he was your roommate.
I lived with Bootsy.
And I knew Bootsy, so I knew Bootsy before Mike. But anyway, through this chain, I ended up at Bootsy's place where a party was going on. And there was a lot of people there. There was a lot of alcohol. And then Mike was there, and then I remember we... You could pick it up from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was too much alcohol drank that evening.
Alcohol's bad.
By all of us.
Especially when it's clear. And it looks like water. That was not water. That was vodka.
So we were playing some card game or something, and he had way too much to drink. And by the end of the night, I could see that he was feeling sick, and he was about to throw up.
I had a lethal amount. It was actually really serious.
So
and then that was a lesson in life. Like, don't do that.
Yeah. So I could see he was about to go, and I grabbed a metal Pac-Man trash can for him to throw up in. And
which I don't remember, but
well, you don't remember anything.
Go
from
for
that
it.
night.
Yeah. What else happened when I was?
So I go to put it under him so he can go into the metal Pac-Man trash can, but he didn't make it, and he threw up like all over my arms.
Oh.
Just like nothing brings two people together like hot vomit, you know. So.
And actually, to continue the story, the Ozzy Osbourne picture, I left it in your apartment.
Yeah.
And I got like carried to my apartment or something. So I woke up the next day and was like, all right. I was like really embarrassed. I was like, oh.
He knocks on the door. He's like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I threw up your place last night, but I forgot this and that. Can I get my stuff back? So he comes in, and he comes into my bedroom, and he sees that I got like all these G1 like Transformer things. Like I got like Devastator and like all stuff from my childhood. And then we got in this long conversation about G1 and Transformers.
He had, like video games I'd never seen in person. He had the 3DO. He had the Atari Jaguar, and all these games, and then
the Atari porn games.
Yeah, and I'm like, well. And like, so I grabbed the Ozzy picture, but I was about to leave the room, and I was like, damn, you got Atari Jaguar and 3DO. I never knew anybody to have those. And he's like, yeah, you want to play some NES or something? I'm like, no, I want to play some fucking Jaguar. And then.
Yeah. So basically, we spent a few years in college just playing NES games, and
then I was making a film. It Came From Beyond the Toilet, which is a movie about a shit monster that eats people. and I needed somebody to get shit on by this monster, and nobody wanted to do it. It's like it was the same thing. It was the concoction of peanut butter, chunky peanut butter, and chocolate syrup, and
The same thing used in like the Bugs Bunny episode.
yeah.
where
That began a tradition of you getting shit on. Yeah. So
I hope you all enjoyed that nice story about shit and vomit.
yeah, shit and vomit. So if you agree to get shit on, then I know. All right, then I'll keep asking them to do things.
That's why he kept me around.
And my
All
second
right.
question is, if you had to stop making videos entirely, what would you do with your life? Just stop making movies, videos, everything.
I think James is incapable of stopping that.
Yeah,
He's like a
that's true.
video making machine over here.
That's true. Yeah. What would I do if I were to stop?
Yeah.
I don't know. Play with dog turds or something. I don't know. See, that's the problem. It's like if I don't, like, it's always I'm going to have to be doing. I'm always making some kind of art. That's what I always did as a kid. Whenever I get bored, I'd do art, any kind there is. What's up?
This is a question for both of you. What are your favorite games of all time?
Favorite game of all time is Zelda: Link to the Past.
Oh, sorry, I'm just drawing shit pickle on here. Hang on.
Yeah. He can't just sign. He always has to draw something on.
Favorite game? Well, God, I have so many, but the cliched answer I always love for NES, it's the original Legend of Zelda. But I also really like Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness, for PC. There's a lot I could think of. Yeah, those ones.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Hey.
Good.
Yeah, apparently my question was asked earlier, but yeah, your last video was kind of cryptic at the end of it. It seemed like you only had one more game to review or something like that. So I guess we got confirmation that you're not actually hanging up the AVGN character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's true. I'm planning to do more, definitely.
I would hope the video made it clear too that.
Yeah, I mean, it was cryptic though, but it was mostly just hyping up the movie. It was just, and I went with a completely black slate. I was like, you know what? I think people know at this point. And I just left it black and was like, all right. I think everybody gets it. So yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Hey guys, I just wanted to ask, is there any game at all that you guys played that had such like a cinematic feel to it that it just kind of blew you away? Because I know like you have a huge love for video games, and you also have an even bigger love probably for films. And what was the first game that you guys played that had like a cinematic feel?
A cinematic feel?
Yeah, it had like a cinematic. I don't know, like
a game that just
you played
away
and then
like,
Ninja Gaiden had a cinematic feel.
Well, that's true. That's a good answer. I mean, it had all the cutscenes. It was one of the first games to do like a lot of cutscenes like that.
Pac-Man had that cutscene.
I think when I think of like cinematic and everything, actually it was Final Fantasy VI, which was 3 on Super
that's a
Nintendo.
good answer, yeah.
Yeah, because that game, I remember. It was the first game I played where it was that long. It was like such a long game. It was so epic, and like you got to know those.
Yeah, going back
characters
to
for
that
so
last
long.
kid's question, I think that was actually my favorite game. I totally forgot.
Okay. The soundtrack was so good. It was like you said, it was so cinematic that it was just like it felt like a movie. Even though, I mean, it was 16-bit. The graphics weren't what they are today, but it was very. It was. I guess there's lack of better definition. It was epic, and it really just sucked you in. And then, of course, I never beat the game because I got up to Kefka's Tower or whatever, and then the game glitched, and it glitched in the middle of playing, erased all my save slots, everything.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so my whole game I spent months on was just gone.
That sucks.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen to you too with Kari Warriors?
Yeah, but Atari Warriors, fuck that game. I think that was a blessing. But yeah, it happened on Atari Warriors right when I got to the skeleton guy behind the desk. That wasn't a glitch, that was a
power went out. Right?
Yeah, power outage. I was playing in a lightning storm, I guess. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys.
Okay. Hey.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
So my question to you is, well, I've always considered you two to be one of the best like on-screen duos, like just because the chemistry y'all have on screen is awesome. Y'all just played it like bounce off together really well. So my question to you is, who are y'all's favorites on-screen duos and why? Like in terms of anything.
Duos. That's a good. Oh, there's a lot of great ones. Oh, that's a good answer. Mark Borchardt and Mike Shanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they're in the documentary American Movie, but you do think of them like a duo. But people who worked as duos, who made like personalities and characters out of them, like
Wayne and Garth,
Abbott and Costello. I mean, they were fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Abbott and Costello are legends. Laurel and Hardy.
I'm a big Laurel and Hardy fan.
Yeah, Wayne and Garth is a good example. Yeah. I mean, even and this year we got a new Dumb and Dumber movie, but I'm excited to see. Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels back together again because they had some funny chemistry. As stupid as the movie was, they had a really funny chemistry, and that first Dumb and Dumber movie worked.
Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy, of course.
Yeah. Good duo.
Yeah. Well, you could go on and on.
And also, James, the Dragon of My Dreams, so fantastic.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, shout out to Beavis and Butthead, too, by the way.
Beavis and Butthead, yeah. Yeah, they came back for a little bit. They're gone again, I think. But
yeah, they come and go.
It was cool. They come and go. They'll be back. That's
My
all right.
question is, how did you guys come up with Super Mega Death Christ? Because I think that's like the funniest thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Wizard of Oz 3 is where that originated.
Yeah, a lot of characters originated in that. It was a spoof of Wizard of Oz 3, Dorothy Goes to Hell, and that was that was in 2006 when we finished it. But we were talking about that movie since like 2002, something like it took a while. Like we were just coming up with ideas.
Well, I think it was because we needed a villain. Like the original had the Wicked Witch, and then the one in the 80s, the Return to Oz, had the Gnome King. So we were like, what would be so crazy that we could do that would just be the most insane thing ever? And we just came up with Super Mecha Death Christ 2000 BC version 3.0 beta, bitch. Fuckers!
Yeah. So basically there was no thought to it.
When you and Mike first played games together, what game did you play?
You remember what the first game we played together was? I don't remember.
Wasn't it Custer's Revenge?
I don't think.
Where you screw a naked Indian chick up against a cactus?
I don't think you would have shown me that first. Actually, I'm pretty sure you showed me that later, because you had it on your PC. Actually,
No, I'm just
it was
kidding.
later. Yeah, that'd be a great game. Here you go.
It was probably like Contra or something.
Probably.
Or like Life Force or.
Okay. But didn't we play Jaguar 3DO or something like early on?
It was so long. I don't remember.
Yeah, because you had so many consoles. Like
this is like going back to 2002.
You had Atari 5200. You had Atari 7800. I feel like it was something Atari because I didn't know anybody who was as into Atari as you were.
Was the first thing I showed you the Atari 5200? I'm sorry if it was.
It was early, yeah. I mean, you had it there.
I know.
You had all that stuff, and I didn't even know it existed. I knew the 2600. So
Yeah,
I
at
was
the
like,
time
oh, wow,
I only
there's
had
other-
the broken controller and everything. So.
Oh yeah, I don't think we played 5200. I think we played a lot. We played a lot of 2600 though.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe
Yeah.
Stampede,
Frogs and Flies.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, now, so out of 10 years of the Cinemassacre.com anniversary course, of course you have a lot of great keynotes with James and Mike. Which is the one video y'all have the great controversy of working between each other?
A great controversy working?
Yeah, I mean, which
Like
which
a
one had
disagreement?
most trouble getting along with each
Oh.
other working on a video?
Like a disagreement or something.
Yes.
I can't think of any. You got anything?
I don't actually. We pretty much agree on most everything,
uh,
honestly. Honest
No
answer.
way,
Yeah,
really?
we haven't really had an argument.
There's probably, I
don't
mean, maybe him just convincing me to like play something where I didn't want to play. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you ever like not?
Well, you're just about to ask me if I ever don't feel like getting shit on. No, I always feel like
You
getting
always
shit
feel
on.
like it, yeah.
Shit on me right
Yeah.
now, please.
You know what's hard? Your,
Round of applause for that.
You know what's really hard? Actually, your death scene in Dream Phone, that was actually hard. Do you remember that?
That was difficult to shoot.
Yeah, because it was like, it was just like, because you had to lay there still with that knife in like, tucked in the side, and put like blood on you, and like, I think the blood went into your nose or something, and it was like, but you had to stay still.
That was scary with that knife. You know what was scary? When we did the Halloween video and we had that real knife.
Yeah, like don't use real knives.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta plan ahead. Find a realistic fake knife. But we were always like, all right, we don't have a knife. We don't have anything fake that would work. All we have is a real knife. Let's be really, really careful.
Like, that being the case, I charge at him as fast as I can with it. He was pleased.
Yeah, it was very. Whenever we used the knife, it was very quick.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for your time.
All right, first off, James, thank you for representing Pantera right here
Oh,
in
yes,
Dallas, Texas.
I gotta, because I'm in the land of the Cowboys from hell right now.
Brother Dime, if you hear us, we miss you, man. So there's been these crazy rumors about a Gamera movie coming out in 2015.
A what movie?
A Gamera.
Oh, okay.
What are your thoughts about that?
It'd be awesome to get Gamera back. That's been like...
That's overdue.
It's been 8 years, I think, so far, so...
Yeah, 8 years.
I believe it. I mean, because they just brought Godzilla back finally, so I feel like they should do that, get Gamera out, and then let's get them together. Let's have Godzilla versus Gamera.
Can I do something a little different? Can I ask the audience a question?
All right.
How many of y'all have thought about or wanted to or have created a YouTube channel? That's all you, man.
Oh.
That's all you. You've been a huge inspiration to all of us. And I just wanted to thank you and congratulate you on all your success and just keep rocking on.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. First of all, congratulations on your 10th anniversary.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So my question is, right before you officially announced that you were going to start work on the Angry Video Game Nerd movie, like back when you did the Spielberg games, you were doing one episode a month, and so now that we've reached the point where you have a release, we have releases set up, you have plans to make the DVD, and it's all eventually going to come to an end. Do you have are you going to go back to once a month, or do you have any? What are your post plans?
Post plans of the movie, like making more episodes. You think specifically with the future of the nerd, right?
Any future projects, anything?
A future project.
Well, we have a lot of web series that we want to get back to.
There's a lot of web series. I mean, Board James. I've had a lot of new. Oh, thank you. Oh, cool. Oh, thanks. We got some Board James fans. I don't think I'll ever top that Dream Phone episode, but but I definitely want to get back to it. We talked.
Oh wait, aren't I supposed to be dead? I should get out of here.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of ideas for more board games. I was actually going to start on them this year. Earlier, I was going to start on them in like the spring, and then the movie just kept expanding, taking more time, and eventually it was like, okay, there's no time to do anything else but finish this movie. So the board games has to be postponed, which disappointed me a lot, but I'm still going to get to them eventually.
We also have a lot of plans for a lot more like top 10 videos, and
I want to bring back the bullshit too, you know? And the nerd, like as of now, I have no plans to stop the nerd. I think it'll never be like the way it was, like in the beginning. Well, in like 2006 when it was like two episodes a month for like a while. Because I think like if I'm gonna make an episode, I want to make them good, and to make them good, I need more inspiration. It's tough when you stop one episode and then you start on the next one immediately, because then it's like you don't have fresh ideas. Like it's just you need time to mentally reset, and then
it's also hard to juggle so many different web series at the same time, and so.
But it's like a lot of times we just got to sit down, play games, and like come up with ideas. Sometimes we're playing the videos when we do the Monday videos, and we played some. Yeah, thank you. And we played some of those. And then we're like, oh damn, this game sucks so bad. This could have been a nerd episode. Like, why are we just because we
like that Universal Studios.
that
one,
Universal Studios game? Like, oh my god, like that should have been a nerd episode. But it could maybe it could always be if there's something we haven't said.
No, we
about
have plenty
it.
of ideas. So
Yeah. So either way, I mean, like, we're always gonna be doing video game stuff.
Hey guys. I've been on a handful of sets of movies and short films, and I've learned that a lot of wrong things can happen. So I was wondering, like, throughout the production of your film, like, has anything went horribly wrong that you learned from, or just general experience that you can give to a stupid guy who wants to pursue a semi-smart future within film?
Okay. Any stories while making the AVGN film that went wrong, like something that went wrong while working on it?
And no spoilers.
Plenty, yes. The short answer is yes, all the time, especially during shooting. Shooting was extremely tough, especially that first month, the month and a half in Los Angeles. Well, there were 4 months, actually. 4.5. It was from January till middle of May. We were in Los Angeles. But anyway, like, it was mostly pre-production out there. We started shooting in April 1st, and I remember that whole month was just so intense. It was just every day on set, you realize no matter how well you planned it, like, one thing would go wrong and it would just set off everything. It would just be like, you're fucked. And it's like, we're not gonna get our shots. And a lot of times I was like, how the hell am I gonna finish this movie? Like, I need to finish this, but like we didn't get our shots. And it's like, the movie's not gonna make sense. Like, the story, nothing's gonna work because we didn't get all the shots we need that day. We're in a lot of really time-sensitive locations. We gotta, finish what we do because we get kicked out or whatever, and whatever's going wrong. And somehow we managed, and we made it through. And now I look at it, I'm like, holy shit, how did we do all that? So yeah. Your dreams can become nightmares, but they do become dreams again in the end. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey James, hey Mike. I got a question about the Nintendo World Championship cartridges that you destroyed. What did you use for the Nintendo World Championship cartridges?
What did I use for them? Well, we made a gray one and a gold. The gold one was probably a Zelda because that's a lot more common than Nintendo World Championship.
What was the gray one?
The gray one was Top Gun because that's a really that's a really common game. Yeah, what's funny is that the fake ones looked better than the real ones because the real ones are like 25 years old or whatever. So.
You actually look at the real one, it's like stuck on there with like Elmer's glue or something.
Yeah, no, it really is. Like they used like glue to like stick the label. So when Pat and I made them, in fact, actually, Pat made the fake gold one. I made the fake gray one, and we remember we put them together in the room. We looked at them, and before we did the smashing, we were like, okay, let's double check and make sure we're smashing the right one. Yeah. Actually, the hardest thing was the dip switch. You know that like little switching
I
stuff.
saw that.
That was just a piece of paper, but still, like even after you printed it out and stuck it on there, you looked at the thing and you're like, oh shit, like this looks just like it looked just like the other one. We have. Okay, we only have like a couple left, probably, because we're going to do the signing soon. So we have like 5 minutes left or something like that, I think. So yeah,
cool.
so
Just made it.
Hey, what you got? Yeah,
well, it's good to see you again. I saw you
Sure.
at E3 2010. Ran to you briefly, but huge fan. Love your work. Go back to what one of the previous questions was about your guys' chemistry. One of the things I love most that you guys do is your movie commentaries. And I know with licensing you can't like post the movie on your site or whatever,
Yeah,
but
unless it's
maybe
public
like-
domain.
Yeah, maybe like a riff tracks kind of thing. Do you have
Yeah.
any plans to do any more of those? And my
Yeah.
second thing is, do you have any more plans to do any more location tours for
Oh yeah,
movies
location
and TV
tours
shows?
and public domain commentaries. Yeah, I'd love to do more public domain commentaries. I mean, we did one of Dracula, which was like you said, riff track style, where we did the audio, where we did
We did like House of the Dead too, and
yeah, but maybe, but I think we steer more towards public domain because that's easier because then you can post the video. People don't have to sync it up with the audio and video, and then location tours, maybe like one. I don't know when I'll ever be able to do it, but I've always wanted to do one called Horror Houses, but it would be all around the country. It would be like every single place. Like, you know, we're in Texas. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was
That would be
filmed.
awesome,
The
yeah.
place where that was filmed is now, like, they moved the house.
Yeah.
And it's now family dining.
Wow.
And Michael Myers, the Michael Myers house, is now a chiropractor's office. Yeah.
You know, there'd be a lot of good tours to go around here for Texas Chainsaw 2 because it was filmed in Dallas.
Yeah. So yeah, what you got?
How'd you react to the last issue of Nintendo Power?
Oh, how did I react to the last issue of Nintendo Power? You know what? To tell you the truth, I was so clueless because I kept hearing they were canceling it years and years ago. So I actually thought it was already canceled, and then I heard, oh, the last issue's coming out. I'm like, oh, really? So it actually kind of caught me by surprise, to tell you the truth. Thanks, everybody. That's the panel. SGC.